Listen to me. If you want to change your life, stop announcing it. The fastest way to kill a dream is to explain it to people who don't live inside your discipline, your sacrifice, your pain. Power moves in silence. And today I'm giving you 6 truths that will change how you move forever. Listen closely, because this one truth alone can rewire how you move for the rest of your life. Most people don't realize that the moment they tell someone what they're about to do, something dangerous happens inside them. Their brain gets a premature sense of achievement. Just saying it out loud creates a small chemical reward, like you've already taken a step forward, even though you haven't moved an inch. That's why so many people stay stuck in the talking phase for years. They announce the business before it's built. They post the goals before the habits exist. They speak the future into rooms full of people who didn't earn the right to hear it. And slowly, without noticing, the fire cools. The hunger softens. Because the mind can't always tell the difference between progress and performance. Applause tricks you into thinking you've done the work. Silence forces you to actually do it. When you stop looking for applause, you reclaim your power. You stop outsourcing your confidence to other people's reactions. You no longer need someone to say that's amazing for you to feel valid. Because validation is a drug, and most people are addicted to it. They don't want success as much as they want recognition. They want to be seen wanting more, not actually becoming more. But when you keep your plans to yourself, you create a private contract between you and your discipline. No audience, no pressure to perform, just standards. And standards, not motivation, are what carry you when it gets hard, because it will get hard. And when it does, applause won't save you. Only your habits will. There is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you're working while nobody knows. It sharpens you. It toughens you. It removes the need to explain yourself. You don't feel the urge to convince anyone of who you're becoming because you're too busy becoming it. You start walking with a different posture. You listen more, you speak less. Not because you're insecure, but because you're focused. Focus is fragile. The more people you invite into your plans, the more opinions you inherit. And opinions are heavy, they slow you down. Silence keeps you light. Silence lets you move fast, adjust quickly, and fail privately without feeling exposed. Another thing most people won't tell you is this. When you announce your plans, you also announce your vulnerability. You give people something to measure you against. Now they're watching, waiting. Some are rooting for you, sure, but some are waiting to see if you quit. And even the ones who love you can unknowingly weaken you. They'll ask, how's that going? On days when you're tired, they'll remind you of the dream when you're doubting yourself. And suddenly the work becomes emotional. You feel guilty for slowing down, ashamed for struggling. Pressure replaces patience, but growth needs patience. Real growth needs room to be messy, inconsistent, and human. Silence gives you that room. There's also a deeper level to this, one that separates dreamers from builders. Builders understand that talk is cheap, but execution is rare. They don't romanticize the idea of success. They respect the process. They know that every word spoken before the work is done is a distraction. Time spent explaining is time not spent improving. Energy spent convincing is energy not spent creating. When you stop announcing and start building, your days get quieter, but your results get louder. You don't feel the need to update anyone. You're too busy stacking days, stacking reps, stacking proof. And when the results finally show up, something powerful happens. You don't have to say a word. People notice the change before you speak. They feel the difference in your presence. They ask questions you never begged them to ask. And here's the best part. You didn't owe anyone the journey. You didn't borrow belief. You didn't beg for support. You earned every ounce of confidence the hard way, in silence. That kind of confidence doesn't shake. It doesn't panic. It doesn't crumble when things go wrong, because it was built without an audience. So if you're serious, if you're really serious, stop announcing your next move. Let people misunderstand you. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you're doing nothing while you're building everything. You don't need applause at the beginning. You need results at the end. Move in silence. Let your work do the talking. Let your results say everything you never had to explain. Let me tell you something most people won't say out loud, because it's uncomfortable and it forces you to grow up fast. Not everyone clapping for you is clapping with you. Some of those smiles are polite. Some of that encouragement is conditional. Some of the people who say they're proud of you are only comfortable with your ambition as long as it doesn't threaten their comfort. And that's not hatred. That's human nature. Your growth exposes stagnation. Your hunger highlights complacency. So when you start talking too much about what you're building, you unknowingly invite people into a space they were never meant to occupy. You give them a front row seat to something sacred. And the truth is, not everyone deserves access to your becoming. You have to understand this deeply. People hear your plans through the filter of their own limitations. When you tell someone what you're going after, they don't imagine it with your drive, your pain, your discipline. They imagine it with their fear, their excuses, their history of quitting. So when they respond with doubt disguised as advice, hesitation masked as concern, it's not always jealousy, it's projection. And if you're not careful, you'll absorb it. You'll start questioning things that were once clear. You'll slow down. You'll explain yourself. You'll start shrinking your vision so it fits into rooms that were never built for it. Silence protects clarity. Silence keeps your vision pure. There's another layer to this that most people don't realize until it costs them time. Energy moves, intention moves. And when you speak your plans out loud to the wrong people, you leak momentum. Some people don't want to see you fail. They just don't want to see you win before them. So they'll ask questions that sound harmless, but carry weight. Are you sure now's the right time? What if it doesn't work? Have you thought about a backup? And suddenly, you're defending a dream that doesn't need defending. Now you're spending energy convincing instead of building. And make no mistake, energy spent defending is energy stolen from execution. You have to learn the discipline of emotional boundaries. Not everyone needs to know what you're working on. Not everyone needs updates. Not everyone needs access. Privacy is not secrecy, it's strategy. The strongest people in the room don't speak the most, they observe. They listen. They move. They understand that the fewer people who know your next move, the fewer voices get a vote in your confidence. When you keep your plans close, you protect your belief on the days it's fragile. And belief will be fragile some days. That's not weakness, that's the cost of doing something meaningful. Pay attention to this. People who are truly aligned with you don't need constant explanations. They don't drain you. They don't compete with you. They don't subtly remind you of who you used to be. They respect your silence. They trust your process. Everyone else, they want access without contribution, insight without investment, results without sacrifice. And if you let them, they'll sit in your mental space rent-free, offering opinions that don't build anything. You don't owe anyone transparency about your grind. You owe yourself loyalty to your future. And when you finally understand this, your movement changes. You stop talking prematurely. You stop announcing ideas that aren't finished. You stop seeking approval from people who aren't walking your path. You move differently, cleaner, sharper, quieter. And when the results arrive, they arrive without debate. No explanations, no justifications, just proof. And the same people who once questioned you will suddenly say they always believed in you. Let them. You didn't need their belief then, and you don't need it now. Protect your vision, guard your energy, move like not everyone deserves a seat at the table, because they don't. And the ones who matter will recognize your power without you ever having to explain it. Hear this clearly, because this is where a lot of people lose years of their life without realizing it. Talking creates pressure, but action creates progress. The moment you start telling people what you're going to do, you put yourself on a stage you haven't earned yet. Now you're performing a future version of yourself instead of building it. You feel watched, measured, judged. And that pressure doesn't push you forward, it tightens you up. It makes you cautious. It makes you afraid to stumble. And growth requires stumbling. Progress is messy. It's inconsistent. It's full of wrong turns and quiet corrections. When you talk too much, you rob yourself of the freedom to be imperfect in private. Most people don't collapse because they fail. They collapse because they fail publicly. They announce a goal, post it, tell everyone, and now quitting feels like humiliation. So instead of adjusting, they freeze. They either push something that isn't working just to save face, or they abandon it completely to escape the shame. That's not strength, that's ego management. Real builders don't need witnesses to start. They don't need a countdown. They don't need permission. They understand that pressure before preparation is a liability. You earn the right to be seen after the reps are done, not before. Action, on the other hand, is quiet and honest. Action doesn't care how it looks. Action doesn't need to be impressive. It just needs to be consistent. When you act without announcing, you give yourself room to learn. You can pivot without explanation. You can slow down without apology. You can restart without embarrassment. That flexibility is power, and it only exists when your ego isn't tied to an audience. The strongest progress happens when nobody is clapping, because then the only thing driving you is commitment, not image. There's something else that happens when you replace talk with action. Your relationship with time changes. You stop rushing. You stop chasing milestones for the sake of posting them. You start respecting the process, and the process rewards patience. Small daily actions compound into something unrecognizable over time. But talking interrupts that compounding. It creates artificial deadlines. It invites comparison. It forces you to move at a pace that looks good instead of a pace that actually works. Action at your own rhythm builds something solid. Talk builds anxiety. You also need to understand how pressure distorts judgment. When people are watching, you're more likely to make decisions that protect your image instead of your future. You'll avoid risks that matter. You'll ignore weaknesses that need work. You'll overpromise and underdeliver just to keep the narrative alive. But when you work in silence, the only narrative that matters is the one you live with. You make decisions based on truth, not perception. You fix what's broken instead of hiding it. That's how real progress is made, by facing reality without an audience. Over time, something powerful happens. Action builds self-trust. Every quiet rep, every unseen hour, every private correction tells your nervous system, I can rely on myself. And that self-trust becomes unshakable confidence. Not loud confidence, not performative confidence, but the kind that doesn't panic under pressure because it was built without it. Then, when the moment comes to step into the light, you're not nervous, you're ready. because you're not hoping it works. You've already proven it to yourself. So stop creating pressure with words. Start creating progress with action. Let your growth happen off stage where it belongs. And when the results finally show up, they won't need an introduction. They'll speak for themselves. There is a kind of confidence that doesn't announce itself, doesn't posture, doesn't need to be loud to be felt. It's not built in crowds or conversations. It's forged in quiet rooms, early mornings, late nights, and long stretches where nobody is watching. Quiet work builds loud confidence because it removes the need for external permission. When you're grinding in silence, you're not chasing approval, you're chasing alignment. You're not trying to look strong, you're becoming strong. And that kind of strength doesn't fade when attention disappears, because it was never dependent on it to begin with. Most people confuse confidence with bravado. They think confidence is talking big, posting wins early, and letting the world know what's coming. But that's fragile confidence. It shatters the moment results slow down or obstacles show up. Real confidence is internal. It comes from knowing what you've done when nobody could see you do it. Every quiet repetition stacks evidence in your favor. Every unseen sacrifice reinforces your belief that you can endure. And over time, that belief hardens into something solid. You stop needing motivation because discipline has taken its place. You don't need encouragement because your track record speaks inside your mind. When you work quietly, you also develop patience, and patience is a weapon. You stop craving instant recognition. You stop rushing outcomes. You understand that mastery can't be hurried and growth can't be faked. Silence allows you to stay in the process long enough for it to change you. And while others are burning energy trying to be noticed, you're sharpening skills, fixing weaknesses, and building depth. Depth creates dominance. Surface level effort creates noise. Quiet work creates substance. There's a psychological shift that happens when you stop talking and start doing. Your self-talk changes. You no longer wonder if you're capable. You've seen yourself show up too many times to doubt it. You no longer fear pressure because you've already endured worse in private. You've trained without applause. You've struggled without sympathy. That rewires you. You become resilient in ways that can't be taught or tweeted. And when challenges appear, you don't flinch. You've already met yourself at your lowest and you didn't quit. Another powerful thing about quiet work is that it removes comparison. When you're not constantly announcing or consuming everyone else's progress, you stop measuring yourself against timelines that aren't yours. You move at your own pace. You build according to your standards. That autonomy is freeing. It allows creativity to breathe. It allows mistakes to teach instead of embarrass. And the more you honor your own process, the more confident you become in it. Confidence grows fastest when it's not rushed or judged. Eventually, the confidence you build in silence becomes impossible to ignore. It shows up in how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you respond under pressure. You don't over-explain, you don't overreact, you don't overcompensate, you know what you've put in. And when people finally notice, it doesn't inflate you, it confirms what you already knew. Because your belief wasn't born high. Their recognition. It was built in the dark, brick by brick. So keep working quietly. Let the silence shape you. Let the discipline harden you. And when your confidence finally speaks, it won't need volume. It will command the room simply by existing. There is nothing more powerful than results, because results don't argue, don't negotiate, and don't need permission to be believed. Opinions fade, doubts dissolve, and conversations end the moment proof walks into the room. That's why results speak a language nobody can argue with. You can debate ideas all day, but you cannot debate evidence. You can question intentions, but you cannot question consistency. When you focus on producing real outcomes instead of talking about potential, you remove yourself from the noise entirely. You stop needing approval because proof doesn't ask to be accepted. It simply exists. Most people waste years trying to convince others that they're capable. They explain their vision. They justify their choices. They defend their ambition.